Welcome back to another budget gem or budget bust. Today I've got another amplifier here from VFL Audio, aka American Bass. This one is from their new Stealth line. You can't even really see on here, but they got written there very lightly, Stealth. Kind of a stealth writing. This is the ST-4500.1D. This one is rated at who knows. What I mean by that is they have 4,500 watts max out there, but everywhere I looked online, it didn't say what the RMS was. I got this one from a distributor. The distributor said that they rated this one at 2,200 watts RMS in their manuals, but I don't know. VFL isn't telling anyone. In fact, I couldn't even, at the time of doing this, I couldn't even find where they even had the ST class on American Bass's or VFL Audio's website. So it's kind of a mystery amp. So we're going to find out exactly today how much power it produces. We're going to strap it up to the old trusty Amp Dyno. We're going to feed it a bunch of DC voltage, and we're going to see just how much power I can get out of this thing. All right, so we're also going to unbox it. So with that being said, let's just jump right in, unbox this bad boy, and let's see what this is all about. Okay, opening her up. First thing we got here, the old trusty owner's manual. Let's see if we got a RMS rating in here. Here are the specs. I'm not sure you'll be able to see it or not. Let's see, ST-4500, use 150 amp fuse, so probably not 2,000 watts, definitely not 4,500 watts. And nothing about power. Says it's over 90% efficient at 4 ohms. You're gonna find that one out. VFL, I wouldn't be writing checks that your ass can't cash. Let's see, what else we got in here? Got a bass knob. I did hear these come with clip indicating bass knobs, so let's see if I can figure out how to open this. And we have a clip indicating bass knob that is metal. Ooh, it's even got the nice VFL Audio logo on there, so not El Cheapo. So nice job there, guys. If you're gonna buy something, you don't want to be a complete piece of crap. Yeah, remote base cable. Sorry, having a brain fart there. And last but not least, one amplifier that doesn't want to come out of the plastic till now. Da-da-da. So, not a bad looking amp, pretty standard fare. Gave it a really nice heat sink on here. Should be able to cool the amp pretty well, which is what you want. Fairly nice design. Looks like a lot of amps from S&I. That's where this amp came from. S&I out of Korea designed it and then built it in China through a different build house. So I mean, off the bat, doesn't look too bad. Let's check out the sides of the amp. Along this side of the amplifier, we find our power and ground speaker input terminals, as well as our speaker output terminals. Over here for the speaker outputs, these are 8 gauge each. They are a summed mono connection. So that means that, yes, if you have two ohm subwoofers, you would connect, if you wanted to, you could connect both into one set of minus and pluses, or you could have 2 of them. So you could do one here, one negative there, one negative there, and one positive here, one positive there, and you will still get your 1 ohm final load. For your power and grounds, these are 4 gauge inputs. So, definitely not what you'd want to see for a 4,500 watt amplifier. In fact, I think it's probably pushing the limit for a 1,500 watt amplifier, but that's what we get here. This is a 4 gauge reducer. It slides right in, no problem. Along this side of the amplifier, we find our settings, as well as our RCA inputs, and our master slave output or input, you know, depending on how you're using the amp. Of course, you have over here, you have your power and protect light. You have your gain adjustment here, your subsonic filter, your bass boost, which you should always leave off, and of course your low pass filter that's adjustable from 250 hertz all the way down to 35 hertz. And of course your subsonic filter is adjustable from 10 hertz to 50 hertz. Now there is no clip indicator light on the amplifier, so if you want to take advantage of the clip indicating, you have to use the included bass knob, which you would plug in right there. Okay, opening her up. Yeah, it's kind of funny on this back plate. It says designed in the USA, made in China. What it should say is designed in South Korea and made in China. Because S&I designed this amp. It was not designed in the United States by VFL Audio. Quite frankly, I could probably order this amp tomorrow from S&I and have it here, and I wouldn't own American Bass or VFL 1 cent in royalties. So, a little misleading statement number one. The guts in here, they are not 2200 watt guts, so I think I'm not worried about seeing 2200 watts worth of power coming out of this thing based on what I'm looking at. It could be 1500 plus watts. It doesn't look that bad. These caps are Elcons, so they're not completely El Cheapos. About the same that you find in like the SoundCube line, and I think the Wolfram prototype C-2400 also had these same caps there, which again also made by S&I. Everything looks seated pretty well. These capacitors here are 105 degrees, 2200 microfarad, 100 volts. These here, these little rail caps, these are 25 volts a piece. A couple of Yuscon jobs right here, which are actually 250 volts. But I mean, again, you know, the build quality that comes out of S&I is pretty good, so I don't see any build problems with this amp. So it does, based on the guts, look like it'll be fairly reliable for its owners. Okay, nothing left to do here but to strap up the VFL Audio ST-4500.1D up to the old trusty Amp Dyno and find out just how much power this fairly compact amplifier can actually do. I can tell you right now, it's not going to do 4,500 watts. If we could get somewhere around 2,000, that would be amazing. I'm just hoping for anything above 1,500, honestly, based on the looks of everything. So, let's find out, and I will see you after the test. final thoughts here on the VFL Audio ST-4500.1D. You saw the numbers, and I am going to have to look at it this way. We got over 1,800 watts uncertified at 1 ohm at sub 14 volts, and that is pretty darn good. We got over almost 1,600 watts, or 1,599 on the nose at just under 14.3 volts. So I think if we had 14.4, it would have gotten a little over 1,600 watts, and roughly 1,800 plus dynamic also as well at 1 ohm. So if you do the math that I have done for a while, and I said, if we can stay under that 13.6 cents per watt for a mono amp, then, since this doesn't have an RMS rating, I'm gonna rate it a budget gem, because VFL Audio is not telling anyone what they're actually rating the amp at for its RMS ratings. And that, that's probably going to be one of the reasons I don't really want to recommend the amp, but I'm going to, because I've kind of set the criteria. And it's not that it's a bad amp. It's a good amp. It's from a good series, SoundCube's S-Line is from this series. The Wolfram C-Class amps share something with this series. There'll be more amps that are built by S&I in China, and it's going to be, a good amp. It's got good features. In fact, I think for the 1,500 watt range, I would recommend it certainly over the other older boards that VFL and American Bass used, such as in their Phantom 4000 and some of the other. They got like 8 different amps that use the 1,500 watt board. So, I mean, it's a step up in that regard. It's actually, to a degree, a little bit less money. So, I just wish they would rate it right. I mean, bottom line, there's nothing wrong saying, hey, you can have a 1,600 watt amp for 180 bucks. It's a pretty damn good number. But saying it's 4,500 watts and then not telling anyone what the real RMS is on it, and then they've even told some people that it was a 2,200 watt amplifier, that's just misleading. So anyway, enough of me on my soapbox. That's it for me for this week, folks. Thank you for watching. I will see you next time. I got a lot more amps to test till then.